Hey y'all, welcome to the Hey Coworker Podcast. Some of your favorite not safe for work coworkers. I am RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
Latoya,
aka
Big Rocks,
not the little one.
Never the little one.
And we are your favorite not safe for work coworkers. Some of you the best coworkers in the world. Thank y'all for being here. Another week when you could have been anywhere, but you decided to be right here, liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving comments with timestamps, and we greatly appreciate it. How are you, friend?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Coming down off of April, which was a whole lot. But I'm okay. It's like in the middle of doing 90 videos, it's like, I can't wait for this to be over. It's a lot. But then when it's over, it's like I had something to do every day. I knew exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Even when I didn't feel like doing it, I knew exactly what I was neglecting every day.
I feel that.
Yeah. There's something to like structure and all that. And we got a big whiteboard with a calendar to see if that helps me be able to stay on track.
Good luck.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
I've been told I need to start using my calendar more, and I'm like, yeah, probably, but like,
yeah,
because I don't think about it for like, I actually should sit down every week and look at what's going on in my day, but I do it on my like office calendar, but I just put my gym workouts in it and like other things that I have to do that are not gym related that I'm gonna have to do after work.
On your work calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am somewhat type A. I like lists. I like calendars and stuff like that. But if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. I won't check it. I'll put everything on my calendar, make the list. But if I don't go to my calendar to see it, then
Yeah.
so that's why we got the whiteboard so that it's visible at all times.
Someone asked me to do some poetry stuff, so I need to put that on my calendar, but I need them to give me like dates and times. And also, he's the homie, so I just assumed that there was compensation, but I now need to go back and check and make sure. I'm like, yo, because I was just like, I've known him for a long ass time. We've done stuff and he's gotten me money before. If he asked me to do this for free, I probably wouldn't mind doing it for free, but I'm like,
but you would have to be asking me to do it for free. You have to say that.
Yeah. You can't just skip through that. You have to acknowledge that this is a free thing that you're doing. Because I'm gonna say, yes, I will do it for free, but I'm gonna consider it a donation on my taxes. So just so you know.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a cool.
Yeah, send me a little tax form.
Yeah. And that's how we're gonna rock with this. If that's how we're doing that, yeah.
The amount of stuff I donated the clothes that I donated last year, just to find out that like most times when you donate clothes, these people you don't even talk to anybody. You can go up there with a bag of clothes. They have a drop off box and a QR code on the side with their tax information. Completely, all their stuff is filled out. You fill out the rest. I could have told them people I donated $10,000 worth of clothes last year if I wanted to.
Ain't nobody checking.
That I don't even know that they would ever be able to, just for the simple fact of I didn't put my name on them clothes when I dropped them off. No, I didn't talk to anybody. There's a drop off box.
They're drop off boxes. I've seen a few of them. There's one near the gym that I go to.
And they got the little QR code on the side, and you just put the monetary value in there. But it's like, what's to stop me from lying? Because you can't check it.
And how do you know? And if you come back and say we ain't find that amount of worth of stuff, I say, well, it's a drop off box. Did it get robbed?
Right. You mean to tell me it wasn't $10,000 worth of stuff in this entire drop box for the whole year? Because how do you know I wasn't the only person to ever donate anything in this box? There's men's clothes in there. Nigga, I got a man.
What you mean?
Like, yeah, this could very well be mine. I could have been the only person donating for the whole year. So.
Who knows?
Yeah. The statute of limitations is not up for me to discuss whether or not I did tell the truth or not. So.
I forgot your villain rollout. You gotta have your laminated.
I'm not dumb. Yeah. I'm not one of them people like. One thing I never want the comments to say about me. I would hate to post a video, leave it up for a while, go about my business, come back, and all the comments are saying the CIA couldn't pry this information out of me. Why are you telling us this? I would have never gave this information up.
Yeah, that's
here I am sharing a part of my life.
So I felt like that when I put out that clip about both of our situations with siblings. When you was talking about how you moved, when your mom moved to different apartment complexes, and I was like, when I heard the conversation when someone figured out that my daddy wasn't their daddy, I was like, I just told the whole world this, but it was funny nonetheless. My brother saw it on Instagram and he liked it.
The brother in question?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the one that I was always fighting with.
Yeah.
Me and him get along so much better now because we're adults, and I've just been like, I'll tell you that on camera. But
your relationship with people really can change as you get older. Like, it has to. Like, growing up, I did not have a good relationship with my mom. Me and my mama's relationship wasn't even really cordial for the most part until I became grown. And I was literally just talking about this with a friend that, like, I do feel like my mom is the main cause for the way our relationship was. I just think she shouldn't have had no kids. I don't think she should have ever become a mother. And the best thing that she could have did for me, it was what she did was leave me with my granny, right? But I, as an adult now, can look back at how I was absolutely antagonizing her a lot of the time. Growing up, it was just her. I didn't do anything wrong, and she did. Looking back, I was absolutely antagonizing her at times. I don't remember why I brought that up.
I don't know. We were talking about telling too much of our business by accident. But has your relationship with your mom improved?
Oh, but because we were talking about growing into relationships and stuff like that. Yes. So one of the main things back then, I definitely thought I was grown. I've been thinking I was grown since I was 13. I used to say it. And so now that I actually am grown, we can coexist because I don't depend. I can't walk around with this attitude of being grown while I depend on you for everything. I could completely understand why that would.
That would infuriate me as an adult now. When I have children, I know I'm gonna have children that are gonna act like they're grown, but you were still very much dependent on me for things,
right? For everything, which
I understood to an extent, like why. And this is one of the reasons me and my dad butted heads, because he felt to an extent like you depend on me, and I'm looking at him going, if I depend on you, why did I have to join the military to pay for school?
And he in the military, so you shouldn't have to do that, right? Don't.
No, I don't know if I don't know if his GI Bill could be passed.
Oh, okay.
But
either regardless.
And anyway, he used it. He used his. So I'm looking at him going, if that's the case, because he, like, one time he bragged and was like, me and my wife have put we put 3 boys through school, and I'm sitting there going, well, maybe it's 2. I don't know.
Did somebody go to school and I didn't know about it?
Yeah, 'cause I was like, I got student loans. I don't know. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, mom did like take out a Parent Plus loan, but that's in mom's name. That's not. So even I'm like, bro, you here to get glory that you ain't earned.
Yeah.
Which is we had a couple of occasions where I had to, or I wanted to. Sorry, I'm thinking about my graduation. It was a horrible weekend. My father made the weekend of my graduation. I was mad from start to finish. There was almost no part of it that I enjoy. Even like when I was supposed to go out the night of, I had to be back at a certain time so that I could take my mom and dad back to their hotel. So like,
what graduation?
My graduation
from
Prairie View.
Oh, college. Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking high school.
You know, my college graduation. Okay. Because I didn't. So, growing up in England, you don't have graduations. There is no high school graduation.
You're just done.
Yes, you get your exam results and you are through.
And that's just it.
Yeah, the only thing you graduate from is university over there. So for me, I never had a high school graduation. The first time I graduated from anything was basic training. I graduated from basic training. I graduated from AIT, and then my next graduation was from college. Mm-hmm. I never had a high school graduation.
Oh, okay, I didn't. I mean, yeah. I guess it's probably. I wonder what their education system is like in comparison to ours.
Now I don't know. I would have to, because I think it's changed significantly from when I was there. Because when I was there, the age at which you finished mandatory schooling was 16. So, and this is the other thing. They don't have a like system where like if you fail a grade, you just repeat the same grade and then till you what's the name. No. You're going to continue to go through the grades. And if you like get to 16, go figure it out now. You can go into.
So you can't fail?
No, you cannot fail. you can fail out of school. Like you can have zeros. Mm-hmm. You're still going to get moved to the next grade.
And see, we blame George Bush for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we blame George Bush for that.
But the way that they
True.
But the way that they do their society over there, going to university is only a thing that you do if you're going to like
be a doctor or a lawyer or something.
You're going to be a doctor, lawyer. You're going into business of some kind, and you want to get a degree for that. Like you're going into things that you need like degrees for. And also,
nobody's going to get a marketing degree.
I don't think so, but maybe. But also, even so, that would be like a thing for you to go into like marketing and go into business for that. So like, I feel like they do that over there. And also there's a higher emphasis on trades. Like at 16, you're done with mandatory schooling, and maybe school wasn't for you and you like working with your hands, go learn a trade.
But they encourage it more because we have that here. It's just not.
Yeah. Like there's like sixth form colleges, and then there was this thing called CRC, which is Cambridge Regional College, which was a place where you went to learn like a bunch of different trades. Mm-hmm. You could go learn to be a chef. You could go learn to do bricklaying. You could go learn to do plumbing, electrician. Like you had all of those degrees over there. Mm-hmm. And that was considered like the hood college, because all the dudes that did not care about school and was not trying to go on to sixth form or none of that was all the ways over there.
That just seems so dangerous. Like you never actually learned how to subtract, and yet here you are, a full-blown adult with the rest of us.
But the way that they do it, it's different over there. Like it's weird, because this is the other thing. Because they have that thing of like everybody passes, you do encounter fucking morons. There are people that are absolutely, but I feel like English people, because they live in Europe, they're paying attention to more things that are going on in the world. Mm-hmm. So they have opinions on a lot, and which gets them into trouble a lot of time because they don't have context for things. Why they try to give like commentary on American culture, and they don't really, especially like when they try to give commentary on Black American culture, like you don't actually have the cultural competency to make these comments, but you think you do because you've been in England, and in England you observe the rest of the world because you have to, because what's going on in Europe will affect people in England. Whereas the United States, if something's going on in Europe, we may not feel that for a while.
Uh-huh. I don't know. We had a little technical difficulty. We're just gonna move on.
Fair. So I do have a docket for this week.
Okay.
We can go ahead, go right to the break room question, because my nigga, have you always been a girl's girl?
Yes.
Okay. So
no.
Okay.
No. I have had periods in my life where I was boy crazy, and I don't think that it's possible to do to be both at the same time. I don't think it's possible to be boy crazy and a girl's girl. I think I've always pretty much been a girl's girl at my core, but I have definitely been boy crazy during moments of my life where I did not put girls first.
Fair. Mm-hmm. What's the least girl's girl thing that you've done? Because that was the break room question.
I'm a great friend now.
Oh, it was to a friend.
It was to a friend. But it wasn't really like I slept with somebody she slept with, but she wasn't dating him. I didn't date him. I just didn't tell her, and I would have told her beforehand. I told her after, and I said it very casually. She was a little upset, but I thought it was cool. I thought that ain't your nigga. I thought it was cool. You was talking about it. Why the fuck was you telling me that if you didn't want me to come see? Hey,
you said it was good. Why
the fuck was you telling me that if you didn't want me to come see? That's kind of crazy. Knowing niggas is easy.
You was recommending. I don't
like. Are you an influencer or not?
Influencer in the early 2000s is crazy.
Oh my gosh! I might have to make this a series. Yeah. Influencer of things that we should not be.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that. And this still be a clip, so I'm not gonna say. Wow. Oh no. So yeah. So that was the break room question. And some people this is the thing. Some people didn't really understand the question.
That happens.
But the answers were still interesting regardless. So we're just gonna take a gander.
Okay.
So what's the most non-girls girl thing that you have done in your life? Oh, sorry. Wait. Oh, okay. What's the most? Oh, okay. What's the most non-girls girls thing that you've done in your life? Friend went on a date, said there was no chemistry. He asked me out and I accepted. I never really understood the whole thing of like, you don't want me, so now you can't date this other person that you are interested in because I called dibs. Like as an adult, that seems nuts to me now.
As if I am the person, I would not care if I met with a guy, didn't have chemistry, and then my friend dated him. I would not care. I don't think I could be the other friend though, because there are going to be times where I think you wanted her, especially if they knew both of us. So like, let's say you meet all of us in a group and you choose her and it don't work out, you can't come to me because you picked her. Now it's completely different if he just met her, had no idea who I was, and then meets me separately. That might possibly be different, but even still, it's just kind of weird for me. It as the friend, the first friend, I don't think I would ever care if it didn't work with me and him. I don't think I would care. But I don't know that I could be the one to date after my friend just because, like,
I don't know if I've ever. I don't know. It's slightly different with guys. There's not the same rules.
Oh, but you know what? Well,
the things that we consider breaking guy code are not the same things that y'all consider breaking girl code.
Well, give us some examples because
for an example, if a girl cheats on her boyfriend with me, and her boyfriend is not my partner, I don't know him, guy code does not dictate that I owe him anything. You're not a girl's girl if you're sleeping with somebody else's man.
I disagree with that. I feel that way.
Okay.
And that's a joke that I've made that exact joke. I made a joke. You know Speedy? He does interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He made a video once and he was like, y'all always be doing these come with me in the day of life, come with me to my job. I have a job. I don't want to do that. Come with me to cheat on my man. And so I made that video. And in the video, I'm like getting ready. And I said, and just so you know, I am a girl's girl. I'm going to cheat on my man. I would never cheat with one of y'all. I said that in the video, but I think my view on girl's girl might be a little skewed.
Okay.
Cheating is cheating. I don't necessarily think that it doesn't make you a girl's girl. I think it only doesn't make you a girl's girl if you have any type of relationship with that girl. I think it's the same. Pretty much. I don't think she owed me nothing. Like if my man cheated on me with another girl, I don't feel betrayed by that girl. A lot of girls do, and they go after the girl.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think I disagree for me personally. Like if my man cheated on me with another girl, unless I know that girl. Now see, now I'm in a situation where I'm on social media.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 you
found him because
of me. So that's different. But I don't really feel like she owed me nothing.
I wonder if Swole has that same problem.
Who?
Sorry, there's a couple influencers. They're both bodybuilders. Mm-hmm. Like he's a natural bodybuilder, she's a power lifter, and I saw her stuff before. They act like she is the Beyonce of girl like lifters. Mm-hmm. I saw her before I saw him. I got introduced to him because of her, and I think he's like super dope. Mm-hmm. He's cool. I like this young man, but I found her because of him. I was like, I would also fully believe that women are finding you because they like your gal. Wait. And even though he got his own thing popping.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like if if. It's the same type thing. Like if he was to be caught cheating, which I pray for Lord that never happens, because I do not want to see that come across my timeline ever. I would prefer they just like break up and not tell us what happened. I don't need the drama. I'm getting so sick of like random influencer against influencer drama just because y'all had a disagreement over something, and then it becomes like, if y'all can have a conversation about the topic, that'd be great. But it never turns into that. It becomes like, you see this way, therefore you not a good person. Like, this is, now y'all can't even have disagreements. Some of y'all.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're arguing over. Because sometimes it's just nothing important.
Yeah. It's been a lot of beef on my timeline lately. I don't care.
Things that were on my timeline that I didn't, bro.
We were doing the break room question.
Oh, you for sure right. What's the most non-girls thing? What's the most non-girls girl thing you've ever done in your life? Ex number 2 and ex number 3 were god brothers. I didn't know, but I still ended up having babies by both. Now, I don't think
she didn't understand the question.
Yes, no, did not understand the question at all. I was still like, girl, this is not a girl thing just because you had a baby by both of them, and I don't think you were intending to. That doesn't feel like a girl thing to do. From like the way I see the girls.
Well, there's no this has nothing to do with being a girl at all. You was just fucking, because there's no other girl. Like, who's like, was one of them in a relationship or something like that?
That information was
yeah.
Not
this
given.
has nothing to do, because they're like, a girl's girl means I'm a girl for the girls, but where are the other girls in this situation? You was just fucking god brothers, and you don't gotta have a baby by every nigga you sleep with.
I'm so glad that that's a rule.
Well, some people don't know that.
Yeah, some people are out here, just Nick Cannon especially. He's just trying to get all of them pregnant.
Yeah, I really think he has nefarious motives. Something's going on. He's building a.
Do you think, like, I'm like, Nick, are you trying to get every woman that you're sleeping with pregnant? Because I assume that you're not.
Well, yes, he said that. I don't know if he still is, but at one point, like during the height of this, when it was a new one every other month, he came. He was like, "Yeah, I want kids. I thought he did. Maybe it just seemed so obvious to me, and I imagined the conversation, but I thought he did.
That shit was nuts to me when I heard it. I was looking at it going, I don't understand this.
Somebody said he was just building all these kids, having all these kids, so that when the inevitable comes and he needs a liver transplant or some shit like that, he has multiple. Because he has lupus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he starts needing, I said liver, but when he starts needing transplants, blood transfusion, anything like that, he got plenty of options.
Plenty of donors. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. I mean, not the way I would do it, but all right. What's the most non-girls girl thing you've done in your life? Went and stole his girl and dated her for 2 days, broke up with her, and then dated him just to prove a point. Again, I don't know if that is non-girls girl or if it's just a little evil, or if it's very, very player. Like, I have so many thoughts.
Yeah, I was thinking it has nothing to do with being a girl's girl at all until you said you broke up with her and dated him. But again, being a girl's girl is like, yeah, I'm a girl's girl in the sense of the things that I do and say is for the girls. Yes. Everything that I do is for the bitches. But
Heard.
A lot of you bitches is weird and dumb, and I'm not for you, ho. I'm not. I'm just not. Like, so just because she broke up, we don't know enough to make the decision. Just because you broke up with that bitch and then had to date, like, she might have deserved that.
It could have been.
Right.
There's not enough context to tell.
Yeah, and I think, like, not being a girl's girl is like, it could be as simple as like gatekeeping. Not gatekeeping is being a girl's girl. If I let me well, it's not really a girl's girl because anybody can go, but this some shit that came across my timeline that really pissed me off. It was a girl at the beach, and she was like, look, y'all, she's in Houston. She's like, look, y'all, I found this beach, and no, it's not Galveston, and no, I'm not telling y'all where it's at. It's nobody out here. She's showing the water. Then what the fuck was the point of making the video if you are not going to tell anybody where it's at? That's like me coming on and saying, I have been having, every time I wear makeup, my eyeliner just smudges all over my face, and I finally found the perfect eyeliner that does not smudge at all, but I'm not telling y'all where I got it. What the fuck was the point of making a video then?
They are an anti-influencer.
Like, what was the point of the video? That is not being a girl's girl. Like, because if you have something that could help other girls, You don't need to monetize off of it. You don't need to try and trip part 2, part 3. Just tell the girls where you got the dress from. It's not that big of a fucking deal. Are you a bad bitch or not? Because I come on here and tell everybody where I got everything from, and because I feel confident that you're not gonna look better in it than I am. Go put it on. You're not fucking with me.
Fair.
Love you down. But the reason you love me is because you know I know who the fuck I am. And for that, I can't be intimidated by you. So here, I'm going to tell you exactly where I got it. If I got a discount code, I'll get it so you can get it cheaper than I did. And you still not finna be fucking with me.
I love the confidence, friend.
Yeah, it's grown.
I love it. What's the most non-girls girl thing you've done in your life? After stealing her girl, I left her. After stealing her girl, I left her, stole another girl. She wanted just because I'm petty.
You know what? Yeah, if it's just because you're petty, then that's not very.
What's the most non-girls girl thing you've done? Dated twin brothers. They knew I was cheating on them, and they knew I was cheating on them with each other, and we're still friends.
You know,
I just thought men are easy.
That is one way to look at it, or they was just both fucking you. Well, she didn't say fucking. She just said dated, so who am I to assume? But they are twin brothers.
She said dated and then cheated on both of them with each other. So I assume
I'm assuming as well. And so they are twin brothers. They share everything, you included. It is. I'm all for women finding the silver lining and phrasing it however makes you feel comfortable.
But you're like, sometimes things are just delusion. Because
sometimes multiple things can just be true at the same time. You can be completely comfortable with who you are and know, hey, and you could feel like I did this, and they can be sitting at home in their room saying, "You next." She coming to see you today or me? Both things could be true at the same time.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's actually kind of likely. They're twins.
I feel like we automatically assume the twins are close.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's the most? Actually, one of my line brothers is a twin. I should ask him about. Anyway, what's the most non-girls girl thing you've done? Didn't defend a close friend when other people were talking shit about her because it was true.
Oof.
I said I was right till the end. I said, "Oh,
yeah." That does make it a little bit difficult, but I do still think that you weren't
a girl's girl."
Yeah, I think I've told this story on here. I very quickly. I have I had a really close friend. I took her somewhere, and it is my fault for leaving. Like I left her there to go. I was with a dude. He asked we go for a walk. We went for a walk or to the store or something like that. Came back. She had gotten into it with somebody. I'm listening to the story. It's me and her against them. I don't give a fuck. As soon as we get in the car, bitch, why would you do that? That was dumb. You started this. Am I saying that in front of them? Fuck no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I got your back.
Because I got to ride with you.
Right. Yeah.
But when we get back to wherever we're going,
I got to ride with you.
I'm on your ass, bro. Because how dare you? I was having a good time.
Yeah. Now we got to leave. I don't know these bitches. Yeah.
Bro, the amount of times that I've had to have that conversation, because I won't, if I have to have that conversation with you, like you do something stupid, I'm probably just never going to go out with you anywhere again. Mm-hmm. And I have a couple of like homeboys that did something stupid when we was in New Orleans. And I've like, I'm never going anywhere with y'all ever again. Because they was trying to hit on girls that they didn't realize they mans was right there. And I'm looking at the situation going, we are in New Orleans. You are going to get us killed.
It depends. It does. You know, you are right. But New Orleans is a very large tourist city.
Yes.
So when until you hear them talking,
no, I heard them talk, and I'm like,
locals.
We're not from here.
Locals. Okay.
These are locals, and they're just out here like enjoying whatever. And you gonna get us? I had to like step in, and it was I did not like that experience at all. Was not fun. Okay. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done in your life? Oh, sorry. I keep getting text messages.
That's what made me remember to put the thing on Do Not Disturb.
That's what I'm doing right now. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done? Canceled the venue for their wedding because I wasn't done with her man.
Okay.
No comments.
You don't play with people like that. You don't play with people like that.
That's
I don't even have nothing to say because I don't even know what she gonna do next. You don't even play with people like that. She might come for me next. Bitch, cancel the venue on my wedding. I've already printed invitations and shit. People will still be showing up. Cancel the venue to her wedding.
Because she wasn't done with her man. Yeah. What is...
I don't know. I don't want no problems with that bitch. I don't got nothing to say. Cause what?
That is crazy. It is absolutely foolish, bro.
But I guess how I'm taking it might be a little extreme because I'm picturing like right before. Like, but you cancel the venue to my wedding like within a month.
Yeah.
People are still are coming from out of town.
I don't know, but why? But people flying in
because they're gonna show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn. Yeah. Well, all I'm doing is reiterating what was said. I don't have no opinions because she can have it. Because she got.
Hey, she's on a whole different level. I feel you, bro. When I saw that one, I said, "I'm taking note of this." Like, I'm not gonna reveal anybody's like anything, but like, I'm taking note of this username. You are not to be played with at all. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done in your life? Everything I do because I am not a girl's girl.
Period.
These hoes are ludicrous.
That's one way.
Yeah, that's you have feelings.
Yeah.
What's the most non-girls girl thing you've done? Hooked up with my best friend's 7th grade boyfriend a week into college. Asked for permission. I asked her for permission though. I feel like if you ask for permission, that's not like bad. Only if she said no. I feel like it's only bad if she was like, "Nah, don't do that."
10 times worse if she said no than just not asking for permission. It's so much worse to ask for permission, not get it, and still do it than to just not ask for permission.
And just beg for forgiveness.
I think, yeah. So, of course, unless she said no, and unless you don't, if she said yes but you don't believe her, that's the only reason I would say you're not being a girl's girl in this situation. Is if she said yes, but like that's your best friend, so
and you know she not really with that. She's been in love with this boy since 7th grade,
right? Yeah, or if you could just tell when she's lying or whatever, like, and you still go through with it, then that's different. Because you know better, but
fair. Let's see. What's the most non-girls girl thing you've done in your life? We were not friends anymore because she betrayed me. So, and then she put the shrug emoji, which means she's not even gonna tell us what it is. She just said I did things.
But she betrayed you, so it no longer counts.
Fair. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you have done in your life? Fucked her baby daddy on her sofa and made him my baby daddy too. Is
this about my friend? Let me see. Cause I got, unfortunately.
I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah, I know somebody that's something like that. Damn, I don't know if it was on the couch. I know it was in her house, but I don't know if it was on the couch or not. But I do know
it might be. Since we've had a couple of clips go on Instagram, it's very likely that these could be people that are following.
Oh no, this is people that I went to school with. This happened in high school, and if I'm not mistaken, them bitches best friends to this day.
That's crazy. I asked what the co-parenting relationship was like, and this person said that girl hates me still.
Well,
you did fuck her baby daddy in her house on her sofa,
and have a baby by that nigga too. Yeah. That's so crazy. I just never understood nothing like that. I'm assuming that they was together because why is he in her house fucking anybody if they not together? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming that's also his home. Maybe why are you or at the very least, he
got a key.
You know what I mean? So why would you have a baby with a nigga that's cheap? I never understood no stupid shit like that. I never understood. Oh, can we take a pause on this real quick? Some girl DM'd my man to tell my man that he was blessed to have me. And I understand that she's trying to flirt a little bit, but here's the thing, Pooh. The same reasons that you are reaching out to that man are the exact reason that man comes running to me as soon as any one of you goofy bitches say anything to him. I'm not even here to address whatever the fuck she thought was finna happen, because once again, I'm not threatened by none of you hoes. You can do your worst. do your best. You couldn't pry that nigga up off of me. I'm not threatened by none of y'all. But I've never understood the logic of, ooh, look at this man loving on his woman. Look at this fine man just loving on his woman and being amazing and wonderful to her. She's being treated like a princess. I wonder if he'll do the same thing for me. Maybe he'll cheat on her. What? Maybe I can. What makes you, like, if he goes for that, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of who you think he is?
All I'm going to say is I feel like women need more proof of concept. So they're like, I need to see him actually do it. And they go, oh, he can actually do it. Let me try to take him.
But you are seeing him actually do it, to me.
Yeah.
But it's the confusing part for me is for any woman who sees a man doing something else and then tries to take that man. Mm-hmm. Does him going for that not negate the reasons that you wanted him in the first place? Because look at how he treats her. Any man willing to just leave me because another random bitch came in his DMs is not the man that you should be trying to stay. Do you see what I'm?
They don't believe that they are. This is the thing. How do I say this without sounding misogynistic? I believe that there are people that truly believe their own fairy tale delusions. For example, you remember that movie? He's just not that into you. Yeah,
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
It's white.
It's
you know white. I don't know. Yeah,
okay. So there was at one point there's character Scarlett Johansson's character is hooking up with this married man. Mm-hmm. Or she's been flirting with this married man, and she has convinced herself that she is his soulmate and that this would not be happening, that he would not be cheating on his wife unless he was cheating on her because I am just so special. I am the exception to the rule. And I feel like the women that are going about this are believing their own fairy tale delusion that it's not that he would do this with any woman, but he would do it with me because I'm actually the woman that he needs, because there's something about the woman that he's with that I'm better than her than. I feel like that's the delusion that they have and that they're telling themselves.
Which is such a crazy thing to do when that woman is me. What an insane thing to say.
Fair.
Yeah, okay. Well.
I'm just reporting the news.
It's never made any sense to me. And I also, like, as somebody who has come on the internet multiple times and say, y'all always in my damn DMs talking about what's the prayer. You need to be asking that nigga what he prayed to get me. And this the bitch who you think you finna, okay. He's in the video holding the camera while I'm saying you think you finna prod it. I wish you the best. Actually, I encourage it. It gives us something to laugh about. Tough. I ain't never had no nigga taking up off of me. You think I'm finna start now? By a bitch from TikTok.
Are you letting us know what platform?
Yeah, that's the only one he be on. He don't really be nowhere else. That's I posted true. A video. It was a clip from a live, and I said his name, and I posted it on Instagram, and they were like, "Oh, girl, please bleep that out. We do not want to know him like that." They were like, "Yeah, no, he is that man, and that's it. We do not need to know his name."
Yeah, none of that.
And then so many other people in the comments was like, "This is the first influencer I have ever seen on social media with people actively asking to not know any more of their business, like, but not in a bad way, like, but just like, no, girl, we want to keep, like, we like you, we like y'all together, but we don't need to know nothing else about him."
Yes, we love that. Love that.
And I started bleeping it for them. I don't do it on TikTok because he be on TikTok, he be in the lives, they know him.
Yeah,
but he don't really be on Instagram like that. So
very fair. What's the most non-girl thing that you have done? Told one of the twins that my cousin was cheating on him with his little brother.
Oh, you're not a family girl either, are you?
It was all in the family. Actually, everything is crazy. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you have done? Slept with her husband for over a year and a half because she wasn't giving him any.
You the fucking Salvation Army or something like that? The Salvation Coochie or what? What the fuck? Oh, well, anybody who's not getting coochie at home, I do have some extra if you need it. Anybody whose wife isn't giving them coochie on a regular basis, I happen to have a little bit of extra cooch, and I'm happy to on a regular basis. What the fuck? You Goodwill? What? Oh, come over here and get it for the low if you're not getting it at home. A goddamn coochie kitchen, like a soup. What?
Gucci Goodwill is nuts.
That is crazy.
You just donating Gucci?
Just now you sleeping with this married man. That's, I don't necessarily agree with it, but you adding because she wasn't. You a stunt double? Her understudy?
I'm like, I don't know if that actually mattered. Like, are you trying to? Because then you're also telling us if he wasn't sleeping. If she was sleeping with his wife, he wouldn't be sleeping with you.
Right.
Is that supposed to make us feel better about your, like, I don't know what was the goal of telling us that?
Because that part, that last part wasn't necessary.
You could have just stopped at, I was sleeping with her husband for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Because it was where you messed up. We was very confused.
That's where you lost me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm judging coochie management. Because a nigga not getting no coochie from somebody else ain't never been a reason for me to give him mine.
I feel like women don't want men that are not getting coochie. And every time, which is why I don't understand why dudes will advertise how much they are not getting coochie. Like it's okay for you to make women want you to make jokes about you not getting coochie because it signals that you are actually probably getting coochie. But when you get mad about certain shit that you really not supposed to get mad about, because niggas that get coochie, they'll be mad about this.
Yeah. And then in that same vein, why she not fucking you?
What happened?
What is he doing what is he not doing?
For a year and a half?
And that whole time you talk about, oh, I'm fucking him because she not. He tired from fucking you.
Little did she know, she has postpartum.
My girl is depressed. She home with that baby. He at home. He at work. Fucking you on a lunch break. Can't come home tired. She couldn't get done if she wanted to.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you see fucking what's her name? I almost called him Mojo Jojo. Old dude from Ace Hood from the Tonight's Conversation.
I don't know who that is.
He was talking with Cam Newton.
He has a part in his hair?
I think so.
Is he older?
No.
Oh, then no, I don't know. I just saw a clip with Cam Newton, but it was an older guy with a comb over, a very deep cut.
Oh, no.
But he was an older man telling. And the thing about that clip was he was telling Cam Newton that back when I was growing up, we judged a man based on his wife and his mother, like the relationships that he had with his wife and his mother. And if those aren't good, then he's probably not a good man. Looking Cam Newton dead in his eyes. And this nigga's not receiving any of this. It's nothing going on. But anyway, Ace, they can't be Ace Hood because Ace Hood's a rapper. I think you said Ace Ventura.
Ace Metaphor.
That's okay. Ace Ventura's Jim
Ace
Carrey. Metaphor. Sorry, I was like Ace Hood is a rapper. When Ace you said Hood. It, because when I said that sounds like a rapper, but also poets be trying to take rappers' names because Ace Metaphor, I believe, is a poet or was a poet. Yeah, we've had this conversation before because I did remember wondering what Ace Hood was up to. And then when you said Ace Hood, I immediately said it's not Ace Hood. I know it's not.
Yes,
it must be Ace
every time. Damn.
But I said it must be Ace Ventura. Yeah. But that's Jim Carrey. So
you completed the loop on your own.
If it's, I don't know too many of them. I ain't never heard of this Ace. Only time I've ever heard this name is from you.
Yeah,
even after the fact, I don't see this. Probably don't know who this person is, but
he sat down with Cam Newton and he was talking about how he was like, I don't know if women cheat more than men. He was like, but they cheat just as much as men. They just don't get caught nearly as much. And then he was talking about how he said the occupation that cheats the most is doctors and nurses. And he was like, absolutely, because he was like I was a nurse. He was like, I was up and down that hospital. It was like one of these ladies was so cold that she like sent me her grocery list because that's where she told him she was going to be. So I went and picked up her groceries, and then she came. So then when she left out my house, she had groceries to go back home with, and she gave me the grocery money back. And I was like, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah. When you already a nurse or a doctor. Ooh, who has the time?
That's so much. Like, y'all are really planning this out.
Have you ever seen the show Nurse Jackie?
I think I've seen parts of it.
It's so good. Ooh.
Is it the white lady that's addicted to drugs?
And she was a nurse, and she was absolutely cheating on her husband right up there at the goddamn job in the building. Like, she didn't give a fuck. That show was so good. Wait, here's one scene from the show. A friend comes and is trying to help her, trying to get her to go to rehab, right? Mm-hmm. The friend has been clean. No. As a matter of fact, it's her sponsor. Mm. She has a sponsor trying to get her checked in. Convinces this lady to have a drink with her. They go to the rehab, and she tricks them into checking her in, checking the sponsor. And Jackie tricks them into checking the sponsor in because she got her to have a drink. What a show. It's a great show. Anywho,
I might have to.
I need to rewatch it. It's so good.
Oh, we were still on this burger.
Are we? Oh, okay.
What's the most non-girls girl thing that you have done in your life? Told my friend's man she was cheating because she kept doing it while she was out with me.
Yeah, that's absolutely not girls girl. Cause fuck that nigga. That nigga your homeboy or something. Did she dating your daddy? Your brother or something like that?
He must have been. Does it matter if he's a good man? That's a good man, Savannah.
Yeah, it matter because he ain't my good man. You're my friend. Before I go and tell, I'm not telling him. I'm not friends with him. Unless we were a friend group and y'all started dating and I have a relationship with him, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm not telling him. Now, will I distance myself from her? If it's bothering me that you cheating on this good man with me, you can't come with me no more if you finna be doing that. But me going to tell him, girl, fuck no. Fuck that nigga. I don't give a shit. That's not my man. And this is my friend. And if my only issue here is that she cheating on him, he can't be that good of a goddamn man if she keep cheating on him. Either he a good man or he dumb. But either way.
It's not my business. I'm not getting involved. I know this is the thing. Like, I've been around like dudes and like I'm so proud of like the group of married men that I be around. Cause like I remember they was talking about like they went on a trip. And one of the dudes that don't really like be around us all the time was like they was like, yeah, we out of town. He was like, yeah, I'm single. I'm single this weekend. And there was only like a couple of the married dudes at the time, and they looked over at one of the other married dudes, and he was like, I'm not with none of that shit he talking about. Is he married?
The one who said that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was like, I'm not with none of that.
No, I mean the one who said I'm single.
Yes.
Okay.
He said I'm not on none of that shit he on. He wilding.
I love my wife.
Yeah.
Value my current setup.
I'm not going, bro.
Yeah.
Also, this is the thing. If I was gonna do dirt, I'm not doing dirt in a place where I can involve other people and other people know about what's going on. The more people that know that I'm cheating, the more likely it is everyone's gonna know. My girl's gonna know that I'm cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. But you like if it comes to you getting caught, you need somebody to be able to corroborate some kind of story because it does look suspicious. If you say nothing to them, you don't say anything to them, and then you're just gone for a few hours, and nobody knows what you're doing or where you're at or anything like that. I'm not saying that they wouldn't lie for you, but the stories might not be corroborated because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. I also don't think anybody should be cheating, and I also don't think that you should be involving a whole bunch of people, but somebody need to know something. What if you get kidnapped or something like that? Somebody need to know where you at. See, that's the thing with girls. We have this thing. We have to be aware. There was a time in my life where I had a friend. I could just send an address. I don't have to say anything else about it. You send an address. You send a name. She know where. If you don't hear from me by tomorrow, this is the last place. This is where I was going.
Fair.
Y'all don't usually think about shit like that. But yeah, I mean, you on vacation and you gonna do something you don't need to be doing, especially with these foreign bitches. You need to. Somebody need to know where you at now. Somebody need to have your location or something. The group chat need to share its location or something.
Bro, I'm thinking about like back in the day when you wasn't sharing locations with people.
I shouldn't be here.
Dog.
I shouldn't be here.
I was out in Greece disappearing in and out of like places I should not have been.
Yeah, no.
Bro, I remember the time we almost got, like, one of my homeboys almost got, it wasn't gonna do police. It was just gonna fuck him up because he grabbed we were on a strip and he looks down this alley and sees a crate of beer. He's like, oh, free beer, and goes and picks up the crate. And someone comes out into the alley to get this crate of beer, and they snatch his ass up. I'm not there at the time. I'm coming back from the beach because I've disappeared off the strip because
of course
I met some fine shit. So I come back to all hell breaking loose and us trying to figure out if we're about to have to fight these bouncers or if we're going to have to pay them off or whatever to get our friend out of this stuff because he was stupid and decided to pick up beers that don't belong to him.
Like, where do you think you are that there are just free beers on the street? But when you're drunk.
Yes.
Yeah. And young and
dumb. Yeah. What a time.
Yeah, I definitely shouldn't be here. There are some times where,
bro,
just out doing shit. Very caution to the wind.
Just things that don't make any sense. The fact that we made it out alive is actually really quite crazy.
Yeah, and no major news stories or headlines or anything like that. Like I could have definitely been on somebody's t-shirt or something, like missing person or something like that.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I almost got trafficked once. Like,
yeah,
crazy. Almost bought a train ticket to somewhere I have no business going.
Getting on a train is crazy.
Yes.
As somebody who has only ever lived in Texas,
yes,
here in Houston, Houston area, getting on a train is crazy.
No, the train was another mode of transportation. You could get over to the the next step. So where I was,
public transportation is a great thing in other places. It's just not here.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, like if we decided we wanted to go out and we wanted to have a night out, we would just take the train. You could take the train to a different city, get a hotel, be out there, do your thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this person, I don't know, because I met them online, almost convinced me to take a train to where they lived. Mm-hmm. I would not have come back.
Probably not. Probably not.
Absolutely would not. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done? Helped my guy friend hide his sides.
That's your friend. He really wanted a girl.
Is that how
you
that
want
works?
a cool one of girls? Like you wanted a girls?
For real?
Yeah, on a cool. Like me. So okay, so like, yeah, on the cool you wanted the girls because I love Joy down. I wouldn't tell her if you cheated on her.
We can cut that out.
She watched the show?
No.
Okay. Well, right that shit. I don't know where we're at.
We don't have to, but I'm just
if you need me to, I will. But I'm saying I look at you the same way that I look at my homegirls, and I know her through you. Like she is cool. We talk outside of you, but I would not know her if it were not for you. You come first. So it would be one of those situations. If you ever did something crazy, like cheating is one thing. Other stuff, I don't see that from you. But if you ever did something like that, I wouldn't. We would have to talk about it. I wouldn't just let it go, but I would not go tell her that.
You would need a detailed explanation as to like what, because this thing,
or I would need to know absolutely nothing about it ever. I don't want to know nothing about this. Possible deniability. Don't even. I'm. Yeah, I might throw something at you because why the fuck would you put me in this?
That exactly. This is like, no, I'm not gonna tell her, but also, nigga, you ruined a perfectly good thing.
I don't want to know nothing about this. I've been in that situation before. In that exact situation before. Oh. And he ended like, no, the guy was my really good friend. He introduced me to his girlfriend at the time. Me and her became pretty cool. He was cheating on her. I'm telling him all the time, you need to stop. I'm cool with her now. And I didn't tell her. He ended up getting that other girl pregnant. And I didn't tell her. I didn't say anything, but I was like, I'm finna have to make a decision now. And it wasn't until the other girl, the one that he ended up getting pregnant, was trying to be friends with his girlfriend. And that's when I had to step in. I will beat your ass. Do you understand that? Because it's one thing for you to just be fucking on her man. That's one thing. But y'all didn't have no friendship before, and you know that's his girlfriend, and now you trying to be funny. You trying to be slick. You doing this shit open. I'm finna whoop your ass.
You trying to get her to help raise your child without her knowing that that's his child.
I'm finna whoop your ass.
Yo, people talk about men having audacity.
Oh no, women be trifling.
That's crazy.
But no, I believe she was doing that before she got pregnant. Like so that was why I didn't like her. The other girl was I don't fuck with her, not because this relationship ain't got nothing to do with her, but she making it have something to do with her about trying to be this girl's friend. Please don't piss me off, because I like her now.
Yeah,
cool with her. So, but yeah, I didn't tell her because my loyalty lies with my friend first. But you could have just left me out of this.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What a time. What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done? Told my homegirl she could talk to my ex, but we was gonna get back together. Then I beat her up for talking shit when we got back together. We were in an on and an off again long distance relationship.
Why the fuck would you why would you give her permission to do that?
If you knew you was going to get back with him.
Period.
But that could also be the situation where you're talking about the 7th grade. We talked about this earlier, where the girl slept with her homegirl's boyfriend that was from the 7th grade because she told her that she could. Yeah. Did you know? She know that you saying this, but she also know that
everybody wrong. Everybody's wrong. Because why the fuck are you trying to fuck on the man that I'm on and off with? What?
It's craziness.
Why are you trying to fuck on the man that I was in a relationship with? Period.
Also, I didn't know what LDR meant. I had to have them tell me what LDR meant. Long distance relationship.
Oh, okay.
What's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done in your life? Back in high school, a associate told me how good her ex-peen was, so I fucked him. Some people were influencers before their time. That's what we've established.
Because what's a girl to do?
I feel like
her ex is crazy though. I think I draw a line there. Like, I think as somebody who's always been a very freely sexual person who is able to separate the two, that's the line for me. That is a very clear and hard line for me. I cannot sleep with anybody that my friends dated because whether they are like me or not, I can separate the two. So if y'all was just fucking in my head, that's all y'all was doing, and there were no feelings, and this is okay. If I get and you say it's okay, it can be okay. If y'all were in a relationship, no matter what you say, I don't want to.
I think about it now because I do have like a lot of like ethically non-monogamous, polyamorous tendencies, but back in the early 2000, back before 2017, you couldn't have told me, or you couldn't have convinced me to ever again be in another relationship where a friend of mine has slept with a girl that I am considering being in a relationship with. Not because, and it still would probably be a no now, just because of like, I know the dudes that I be around, and I know, just know. Because if one of y'all say something slick, now I got to air this whole shit out. I'm not, and I don't even want to put myself in a position to do that because you're trying to be funny. Because I've grown and I'm mature now, so I'm just never gonna do that.
And that's completely fair. I do understand. Especially because you cannot control other people. You can be mature and be like, I know that such and such is going to be at this party. We're cool. I know y'all have a past, whatever, but you can't control other people. And then also, like, no matter how confident you are in yourself, let them two be at the bar for just a second too long. Shoulder, they just talking. We all friends. What y'all talking about? It ain't even that you would, the thought, even if you didn't act on it.
Just not one of my. It can't be one of my friends. That feels like it's too close and it feels messy. Not a friend that I had separate of you. If it was a friend that like for example, me and Little One have a homegirl. If little one decided to sleep with homegirl, I would feel no way about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have any male friends that she could do that with, that we have both met, and then I'd be like, yeah, no. Also, we just don't be around new dudes. I don't, because like most of the men that I meet because I'm hooping,
Right.
or I'm lifting,
Yeah.
or a few of them are from social media, like Vet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. I remember being younger though, and feeling like boys were just so childish. Why? Because girls didn't so much care about, still don't care nearly as much about that kind of stuff as guys do. So I just always feel, oh my gosh, y'all are just so childish. Everybody has a past. It's fine. But I as I've gotten old, like I completely understand it now.
It's territorial, and like it has nothing to do with the woman a lot of time, or like my thoughts surrounding other things. But like men will be childish, and they'll try to use the fact that they have slept with your girl to punk you, or to like play. And I'm like, I'm not going for that. Like, you will end up hurt playing with me like that. I don't go for none of that. Anyway, what's the most non-girls girl thing that you've done? Dated a man in a failing relationship and now rebuilding a relationship together. So he was in a failing relationship. She started dating him while he was in his failing relationship, and then rebuilding the relationship together.
Who's rebuilding whose relationship?
I'm assuming theirs.
She like a very hands-on therapist or something.
I guess she's a special companion. Okay. I feel like that's like what a lot of side chicks do anyway, because they don't want you for real. They're like, no, stay over there with your wife. I just want the things that you are.
That is one thing that I can say is pretty different between the two sexes. I feel like most things are not gendered. Whatever you can say about men, you often can say the same about women.
Yes.
And vice versa. By the droves, right? But I don't ever see, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I don't ever see men trying to become the main after being a side nigga. I see them actively being like, hey, work that shit out. Y'all need to, what y'all got going on? Whereas women be wanted, like, I'm not saying all of them, but I see that. I never see it the other way around. No. I do see it sometimes with women who will go from being a side chick to a, sorry.
Main chick threw you off? You hate I know you don't like that term.
Yeah, no, that's so crazy. Yeah, to the primary.
Tough. Well, no, because if I signed up for nights and weekends, I want nights and weekends.
But when I said that about, well, nobody disagreed. I was about to say when I said that about SZA, people got mad. The song "The Weekend" by SZA, it came on while I was on Live One. I went on this rant and I was like, I really don't like. I like the song. The song is a bop, but when you listen to the words, I don't like it. And then people are like, yeah, because what you mean sharing a man? I said, no. That's not where my issue is. You spent this song talking about you just had the weekend. As soon as you get into the second verse, the first thing you see it say in the second verse is talk something along the lines of, I'm starting to think I need a little bit more of that. Bitch, you signed up for Friday through Sunday. I like my weekends. You think I want to be hugged up with that nigga all weekend after I've been with him all week? No. This was cool. Now you starting to creep in on Thursday. You want on Monday. You want to pop in the middle of the week. You asked for the weekend. That's what we agreed to. Everybody was fine.
You don't get to change up now.
Because you want a little bit more.
Fuck out of here.
Girl, what? Because you already got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You switch one. You changed the dynamic. You got the majority of the days now. That's your nigga.
Absolutely not. We're not having that.
Everybody got to know that. You got to know your.
Know your lane.
Stay in, and stay there. With her lame ass. This is so fucking lame.
She fine as fuck though. I didn't realize. So this is the thing. Like, I've always thought, oh, like, Sis is very pretty, but I never really looked at her because I don't be paying attention a lot of the time, right? And then I went to go see that movie one of those days, and I was like, God damn, when did you?
You talking about the face or the body?
All of the above.
You know she had the work done. The body's not hers.
Yeah.
Okay. But which doesn't negate it, but you know.
But because but see, the thing is, what I will say is, even though the body's not hers, the body looks.
It looks good.
And
she looks good. And
it looks like she could have gotten that on her own.
She used to be bigger. So it could have, this could have.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't look unrealistic or anything like that. You know what I love most about SZA more than anything else? The fact that the way she lies. She just be lying for no fucking reason. SZA just gets on the internet and tells lies. The bitch tried to lie to us, tell them that them was her real freckles for years. The bitch tried to lie to tell us she ain't have a TV. She ain't never had a TV in her room. We see you watching TV. There's pictures on the internet. She said she ain't never had a birthday cake. There's pictures on the internet of her eating cake. Oh, I don't eat cake. I'm watching you.
She just lied for
no reason.
She just
lied. She had crutches at an award show at one time. She hurt her foot or something like that. Just walked up, just had the crutch in her hand, damn near like a purse. Just walked up to the stage. SZA, what the fuck? But you know, I appreciate a good lie now.
Yeah, you do.
So she earned points with me, but the music just be so lame. I'd rather. How does that song? What does that song say? I'd rather die than to be alone or some shit like that. I can't relate to that. Absolutely the not. Control album is what made me a SZA fan. I played that album into the ground, but in all seriousness, in all fairness and honesty, I was a loser. That album came out in 2017. I was going through a breakup. I was lame as hell when that album came out. That's just where life was at. So I related. Now it's nostalgia. You putting out new music. You still lame? You're still lame.
You still getting your heart broken?
It don't feel like it's getting no better. It might have got worse since 2017. I've glowed up. I've come a long way. And you still there. Sometimes we all grow our artists, and I think that might be what it is. She ain't getting she don't have a thinking cap.
Like you ain't found all of these niggas still doing you wrong.
You'd rather die than to be alone. That was a straw for me. I can't lie. Cause what? I love being by myself.
It's fun.
Sometimes I get annoyed anytime I hear a door open in my house. Oh my God.
Go.
Sometimes it be the neighbors' doors. Won't y'all go? Shit. I don't want no noise. Turn everything off in this bitch. Love being by myself. That was crazy.
No, I'm never alone. Even when if I'm here, now the cat won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
You just want to come like sit by my feet and just be like, what's up? No, go in the other room. You don't have to be here, bro.
Yeah, because sometimes there is such thing as like, okay, yeah, we can just exist in this room together and not talk. No, I don't want to see you breathing.
Yeah. I need to be by myself.
Do you mind the breathing? I'm trying to work.
I had a friend of mine tell me, she's like, in order for like you to present to the world the way that you present to the world, you actually need a lot of time alone. And I was like, thank you for recognizing this about me. She's like, yeah, I realized that early on in our friendship. I was like, yeah, I need time alone.
I value it.
Yeah, because I got to be able to like sit still and think and do all the things.
Yeah, and you just want to be able to turn off, not care about what you look like. The way I be walking around the house, and when my man's there, he don't care. But there's certain ways I'm walking around the house and certain ways that I'm not when he's home for various reasons. I might not. If my hair is all over my head, I'm probably just gonna put the bonnet on. I ain't getting dressed up or nothing like that. But or if I'm not in the mood, I'm gonna go put on something that's covered up. I'm not walking around the house in no little ass clothes. Don't come touch me. I'm not trying to entice you now. Back away. I'm finna go put on a goddamn moo or a robe or something. No, that could be sexy. Yeah. Anyway.
It's like a big ass t-shirt. Nope.
Right. No, that ain't it either. That's not
the big ass t-shirt is the one that'll get a nigga for real. Like they trying to sell you all of these things on TikTok. Yeah. And half the time I'm like,
they bringing the moo-moos back.
But I'm like half the time, like just one of his big ass t-shirts. If he work a corporate job, one of his button downs, you just walking around the house and one of his button downs, that'll do it. Yeah. For most men. Y'all be trying to be extra. He's really simple actually.
Yeah, I know my man. That's why I go put on a onesie. Ain't nothing getting in here. Yeah, locked up. Zipped all the way up with the hood on. Can't see shit but my wrist.
Onesie is crazy.
Oh, everybody know I love onesies now. I got so many doggone onesies. I keep the onesie
true.
on.
She keeps trying to convince me to get them.
I keep saying I'm gonna buy him one. I know he ain't gonna wear it though.
I'm not finna neither. I like being chest naked in my house. I am often shirtless.
Did you see the pants that Vaughn got for me? That just made me so happy. Normally I get hot in my onesie, so I take the top off and then tie it around my waist. But he bought me some pants that have the feet. So like the pants are like, they're like onesie pants, but they're just pants, sweatpants or whatever. And they stop right there. And I was like, this is perfect. The reaction. So Vet is a big gift giver. He likes to give gifts, and he's always looking for this reaction because he's always putting a lot of thoughts into the gift. And it's like, oh, she's really going to like this because it's going to meet this need and this need. And he rarely ever gets what he's looking for in a reaction from me because I'm just not that expressive of a person. It takes a lot to get me excited. I was so goddamn excited about them pants. Oh my gosh. That's probably one of the cheapest gifts he's ever got me. I could not stop talking about them pants. He gave them to me while we were in LA. Every single time we got back to the hotel, I took off whatever I had on and put them pants on. Them pants had ramen stains. They had makeup. They had all kind of shit on them. And then when we got back home, I told him, I was like, yeah, you're going to have to buy some more because these need to be washed, but I don't want to take them off. They're so comfortable. That is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. Like, it is perfect.
Where you get them from?
Amazon. He bought me a purple pair, and since then I have 3 more pair in 3 different colors.
Maybe I'll get little ones.
They're so cozy.
She will probably love them.
Yes, and like I cannot stand to be barefoot, so I usually have socks on or a onesie. But those, it has the little grippies on the bottom. So, and they're pants, which means I don't get in my bed in them anyway. So the fact that I'm walking around, like I'm gonna take them off before I get in the bed anyway, because who sleeps in pants? That's crazy.
I have pants. I have specific like sleep pants.
Well, yeah, like pajama pants that are like thin.
It's like having barely anything on.
Oh my gosh, my grandma sometimes sleeps in jean shorts with her keys in her pocket because sometimes she just feels like, what if somebody breaks into my house? Now, why would you be locking the door behind you? I don't fucking know. But sometimes my grandma has a particular pair of jean denim jorts that she sleeps in with her keys in her pocket. Sometimes.
Jorts is crazy. But yes.
I got a pair of jorts. They're fire.
What a wild time.
People are, I like a good pair of jorts.
I don't have any anymore. I haven't had.
Oh, I don't like no men in jorts though.
Jean shorts? No.
Yeah, no.
I haven't worn a pair of jean shorts since like 2000 and it had to be like 2000 and it's nowhere in the 20s. It's pre-2000. It's pre-COVID actually.
Shit, I thought you was going to say 26 and I was 2006 and I was going to say them was pants. I understand that they came all the way down.
Those are
technically
different
shorts.
No, but I had like jean shorts like above the knee. Yeah. Like the last time was probably around 2017.
You too thick for that.
Huh?
You too thick for that.
Now. Yeah. I could never put on bro. I find it hard to wear any type of like shorts now that are not like workout shorts. You know how like dudes are wearing the
linen shorts or the 2-piece sets and stuff like that. And I stay buying that shit for boy. He do not want to wear it because he too thick. This man is so thick. Legs just so damn big. He can't keep socks on because his calves are so big that all the socks, you know how when your socks are too tight, they cut off the circulation and they start itching. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So he, like, his socks are always just randomly around the house. And I'm like, why the fuck are your socks randomly around the house? He's like, because I've been having the socks on all day. So usually I just pull them from around my leg because it's cutting off circulation and I just have it around my foot and then I just end up taking them off. But that's how thick you are. Your legs are so big that your standard socks are cutting off the circulation in your legs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely foolish. Well, that was all of the questions.
I think that was the whole episode, probably.
Basically.
And we just in between. Did we have anything else on the docket?
Yes, we had 100 men versus a gorilla. And I was just going to ask you, how many Vaughns do you think it would take to beat a gorilla?
Just fighting with no weaponry?
He gets 2 hours of prep time.
But he doesn't have any weapons.
No, he can use weapons. No guns.
Oh.
It's got to be hand to hand. These are close range combat weapons.
How many Vaughns?
Yeah, would it take to beat a gorilla?
Okay, in this entire conversation, every time somebody said it's a gorilla. I just don't understand what the hell men are talking about. It's a gorilla. They're like they're somebody was just like, yeah, all we need is like some of them hold this arm down, some of them hold it's a gorilla.
You think it's gonna stand still long enough for you to do all that?
It might. Just for y'all all to get there and it's like, get your hands off of me. like Denzel Washington.
Get your hands off. It's nuts.
Cause what? It's a gorilla. It's not. So can you imagine a gorilla minding his business just to turn around and see 100 niggas charging at it? There is no.
A gorilla is not staying to fight. They're running on the way.
And they are also talking about, we endurance animals. What the fuck do you think the gorilla is? Somebody literally said, but we got thumbs. First of all, who gives a shit? Second of all, so do gorillas. And they are opposable.
Yeah.
Do you know that? See, I know a lot of y'all don't believe in evolution.
Which brings us to Mark.
But I do.
Which fortunately segues us into Mark Lamont Hill being on the Joe Budden podcast.
Who? Oh, I saw that clip with him and that arguing with that light skinned dude who said he said one thing, you used too many words.
Nigga, I have never felt like I identify with Mark Lamont Hill in that moment of like having to talk to a stupid nigga.
That's who I've seen his name. He be on Twitter. I've seen his name before, plenty, probably mostly from my Twitter days, but I've never known who he was or what he looked like.
When that nigga said you can go on YouTube and look up these scientists, I said that's not. Anybody can say anything on YouTube, my guy.
Literally, we be on there just talking. On this bitch just running around.
Most people don't know what they talking about a lot of the time. It's entertainment.
Yeah, when he said you using a whole lot of words, that reminded me of when people on social media be like, yeah, I'm not reading all that. First of all, I know you read it. Second of all, it's really just 3 sentences. You're seeing it because comments are narrow.
It looks like it's a lot. It's really not.
It's really 3 sentences. I put period. I use my punctuation. You can see how many this 3 sentences is.
Well, depending on what platform it is. Because on TikTok, they're not even letting you get that many comments off. Like, there's like, no.
Yeah, it's mostly
you only
IG.
get so many characters.
It's mostly
IG. People will write paragraphs.
Yeah. And then I really won't read all of that. But usually what I'll do is tell people when I stopped reading. And it's usually right at the beginning.
Yeah, I stopped reading.
When they say, or like when they're like, well, I agree with blah, 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 but you're still wrong about, I will say, I stopped reading after I agree. Hard stop. And move on. I'm not responding to anything else.
Which brings us to the last thing that was on my list, which was my comment section. Because this is the thing. I usually know what I'm gonna get from my TikTok comment section. It's fairly standard. It's fun. It's games. Like it's love and light. All of that, right? IG is a whole different thing. So one dude, like, and there was 2 different instances. One, we were talking about. It was the clip I put out about Sinners. Where we talking about Annie being a dominant. Someone said, this little white girl said in the comments, said, yeah, Smoke looked very submissive and breedable. Now, you are not. See, I was like, yo, I was like, yo, submissive and breedable is wild. And that was my comment. Cause I was on TikTok when we first started hearing that phrase. So I know like it's from a meme. I know what it is that you're saying. I also understand that this is a context of like a black man that we were talking about that is in the movie is about him being in Mississippi where he would have literally gotten killed for messing with a white woman. And also the whole like black men, BBC, breedable, like just it just.
Yeah, The Messenger.
Yeah, it was just very, I said, so I just said
especially
submissive.
When the movie.
Quite literally.
It was a white woman.
Quite literally.
It was a white woman.
So my comment was just, hey yo, submissive and breedable is crazy. Like full context of I know what you're saying. I just want you to know that's nuts that you said that. Someone else commented, and then from there, people was digging in her ass, and she's like, yo, like, I apologize. I was coming from this perspective of the meme. I was not taking into account these things. I apologize. Da, 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 da. And she said all that, and someone was still like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you just said. It was just on her ass continuing. I was like, I mean, your feelings are valid. Like,
your feelings are valid, and honestly, they should still be on her ass, because if you didn't mean it and you're noticing, you can just delete the comment. It's your comment. You could delete it. If you're seeing that you're bothering people and you genuinely didn't mean to, you could just delete it. You could, but you want the attention. That's the way I feel about it. If I posted something, no bullshit. I just posted a video yesterday where I said something very wrong. I deleted it immediately and then made a story. I'm not hiding behind. I'm not saying she had to do this part or whatever, but because the video was mine, I made a story for anybody who might see it so they know I said or did something. It wasn't, that wasn't even nothing like this, but still, like, if you left a comment and you realize that comment is offensive, and you are accepting that people are telling you that, why is the comment still here? For more people to be offended. Because the vast majority of the time, people ain't reading. I see the comment, and then I usually will see it on Instagram if somebody that I follow or the creator replied, I'll see that comment. It's up to me then to click on it and see what else you said, if you defended yourself, or I'm just gonna reply to this first comment that I see. I see 17 other comments, I'm just gonna reply to it too without reading it. That's what most people do. True. You could just delete it if you, but oh, and then the other one, I had to screenshot this because people be getting on my nerves. And I feel like they have more room to get on my nerves because there's more characters on Instagram. So this young man said, and it was, again, the Sinners clip. This young man said, seriously, these two discussing submission, neither of them has a clue about relationships, sex, self-esteem, confidence, or common sense. People actually replying to Mick and Morty about the most base analysis of Ryan Coogler's what he said was meant to say film, but he said flex of the American diaspora. And my response was, I said, what evidence do you have that we don't understand relationships, sex, self-esteem, confidence, or common sense based on this clip? I said, because I could have said that you've never had a relationship and that everything about you is drier than a Popeye's biscuit. But that would be an assumption based on how dudes who are lonely typically sound in my comment section. But that would be rude. So instead, I'm going to ask a question. To which he came back and he apologized so vehemently and was like, I'm going to take this comment down. I was actually really mad and just triggered, and like, this had nothing to do with y'all. And I was like, oh, I'm glad that never works out like that.
Bruh, I'd be so surprised when it does.
I literally have to put their parents' full names in the comments for them to apologize.
That's so real.
I have to tell them that I know exactly where they live and prove it in order for them to apologize and delete the comment. Because I ask that question all the time. That video I posted where I said I don't want a dumb man. So many men in there were like, well, it shouldn't be hard to be smarter than you. What makes you say that? Give me one thing in this video that makes you think I'm dumb. Some man went on to say, talking about education and him actually being educated. I said, I never said that you didn't have degrees because I don't know you, just like you don't know me. There is nothing in this video that tells you that I'm not smart or that I'm not educated. All you hear me saying is that I refuse to date anybody who I think is dumb, which would stand to be on the other a smarter thing to do.
I don't understand why you would be triggered by that, because I also don't want to date anybody that's dumb.
Yeah.
So I feel like smart men looked at that and said, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I feel like smart men, secure men, and men with facts. men who are quick on their feet. Because even in that video, the question that I posed was, how much water do you think is in the ocean? Not how much water is in the ocean in cubic feet, whatever the fuck. No, this is for conversation.
How much water do you
think is in the ocean? I don't need you to have an exact number. I need you. And there were some men in the comments, and I gave them kudos because they told me how they would respond, which is I don't know. But Did you know that there are more atoms in one drop of, somebody said that in the comments. Did you know there's more atoms in one drop of water than there is in whatever? And I was like, oh no, diversion. Quick, to change the subject. We're talking about water here. Change to something that you know. You niggas don't know nothing.
They don't know. They don't have no strange or odd facts that they know.
I've never met a person who has Snapple facts who doesn't want to give them. I've never met a person who has fun facts readily available and does not want to give them. You niggas just don't know nothing.
They have never been around autistic people. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for sure.
Like, or somebody literally came in my comments and was like, I ain't finna be dealing with no woman who do all of that, asking all them dumb questions. That's why we don't talk to y'all now. I said, who is we? Because my man right here in the video agreeing with me. Then he says, me and my gal, she says she not asking no questions like that either. I said, you are proving to me why you don't want nobody asking you questions, because that does not make any sense. You came in my comments saying that's why we don't talk to y'all now. The we is men, the we is y'all. So you and your gal, unless your gal is a man, cannot be a part of the we. That's not how you answer that question. Which is, I see why you don't want nobody asking you questions. You do not answer them well.
Fair.
That. If we were having a conversation and I asked you the question that I just asked you and you gave me that answer, I would walk away, because there's no point in having conversations with you. You do that made zero sense. That's not how you answer that. But you answered it that way because what you said didn't make sense. That's why we don't talk to y'all. Who the fuck is we? My nigga is right here laughing in the video. My nigga love talking to me. That nigga actually sometimes has too many facts. He has facts about so many things. I accidentally told him that we have the light switch that's outside, the porch light that's outside has 3 switches in the house. He didn't know that. 30 minutes. We're talking about electricity.
Yeah, you backed yourself with that one. I'm not even going.
I mentioned it on accident just because he asked me, did I need that? He trying to build something. He said, do you need that light switch? And I said, nah. And I just told him what the light switch was for. 30 minutes. We talking about goddamn electrical currents and 3-way, 4-way. But that's because my nigga got facts and he enjoys talking to me. A lot of y'all can't say that. I'll never forget somebody commenting on the video of me and Vaughn and said, this might be the only man in the world who actually likes his girlfriend.
The amount of people that do not like their partners at all is crazy.
When people be telling me what's the date somebody who like you.
You remember how? Okay, so at one point I made a clip where I was like, there are men who do not like women. Mm-hmm. The same is true of women. There are women who absolutely do not like men. They think everything that men like is stupid. They hate their hobbies. They hate the way that they talk. They hate the way that they smell. They hate everything about men. But they want to be in relationships with men, not even really because they like dick, because look at the orgasm gap, but like because they achieve some like thing by being able to say that they're in a relationship.
I don't want to discredit that at all. I don't know anybody like that. I know women who hate men. I know women who genuinely hate men. They don't date men. They stay away from them. And then I also know women who claim that they hate men, but it is in my experience, it's a defense mechanism, because they don't want to like men, but they do. They keep getting hurt, and so it's kind of like crazy a little bit. Like, I can't keep liking y'all out loud just for y'all to keep playing in my face, so I gotta talk shit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, for them to, because I don't personally know or know of any women who actually hate men and then still talk to them, still deal with them. Like, they who want to be with them. That's the
majority of the hate that I see from women is just stuff that be online. But the only problem with that is, like, when men do hate women, and like, it has real life consequences. Like, women hating men don't really, like, there are a bunch of women that hate men. A lot of time it doesn't affect me in the slightest, because, and even the ways that it would affect me are things in which that we like that men built into the system that like disenfranchise me. Mm-hmm. Like for example, if we talk about like dealing with like your co-parenting in court and all of that stuff, I'm at a disadvantage. Mm-hmm. Men created that entire system
because they don't want to raise them kids.
That's exactly why.
They think they're doing them a favor.
We're
going to make it real hard for her to put them on you.
No. Rich men said, I have no desire to raise these kids because that's who created the laws around this. That's who lobbied for whatever was happening. Men that had money and means did this.
That's who makes all the laws in this bitch. About everything.
The ruling class. Everybody. This is
rich white men who don't have coochies.
It'd be like, no, it's the people are voted on. The people that were voting. Let me not do this because we said we wasn't going. I almost started a rant, friend. I'm so sorry, y'all.
We don't have to.
I'm so close. There was something I was gonna say about something, but I can't remember now. Hold on. Let me go through my. See if there's anything left on this docket. Oh yeah, we talked about that. We talked about breedable and submissive. It's crazy. Yeah, my conversations have been. Oh yeah, someone defaced the Kobe mural in LA. That was just sad, and I was like, I don't know why people would do that.
It's in such poor taste. I just saw somebody talking about. Somebody said, "Whoever keeps messing up the Be Someone sign in Houston, you're never going to be anyone."
Why would you mess with that sign?
They're always doing that. Somebody in the comments, somebody was like, they always messing up the Be Someone sign, and yet Toe Flop is still here and thriving. It's so many people in the comments like, Toe Flops, you have Toe Flop too? I'm in Arizona, we got Toe Flop too. Toe Flop is all over the fucking country.
Oh wow,
the fuck that is, but they are everywhere.
I have no.
You've never seen the Toe Flop sign? Yeah, it's one of the tags that just be randomly around Houston. Like if you pay attention to anything that's tagged, you'll probably see a sign that says Toe Flop, TOEFLOPE. I mean FLOP, no E at the end. And yeah, Toe Flop be all over the country. Apparently, that's a very large gang or something. They got members out. They out here.
Okay, I know they was on like that.
They more places than HEB.
Damn. Oh, I saw this. Do you know who Bill Belichick is?
Yes, I do. Patriots coach.
Yes, he is now, I believe, retired. But Bill Belichick is 73. His girlfriend is 24. And my question is, at what age do you stop giving a fuck about age gaps?
Well, clearly never.
No, but I mean, like
Us?
yeah, like when do you go, okay, this is a ridiculous age gap, but she's old enough or he's old enough that I do not care anymore.
30.
30 is your cutoff?
Yeah, because your brain not done till you 26. They still used to be 25. They pushed it back to 26. Motherfuckers is cooking slower and slower.
You said 30 just to keep everything,
just to round it off.
Just keep everybody honest.
Yeah, and now yeah, you didn't cause your brain has finished cooking. You cook a steak, what happened? You gotta let it. You
gotta rest it.
You gotta let it. Same with cookies. Them don't finish cooking in the oven. You pull them out. You let them sit there. That's when they finish. You need a couple of more years. 29, 30, I think is about the time when you settled in.
Okay.
You've been able to start healing from that other shit that you was all that debt that you probably didn't accumulated, all of them past relationships, all that luggage that you didn't. You need a few years, and then you can go and date a nigga with who's retired or some shit like that. If you're dating for love. If you're dating for money, as long as the shit is legal, I don't give a damn. You run that nigga pockets. That nigga 102 years old and you 18, baby, you ain't got to do shit. All you got to do is blow on that nigga neck, and you got your money and he out of there. If it's for money. Now, if you actually trying to be in a relationship and do it for love, I do think that you should wait until your brain is fully formed and you are able to make because who I am at 25 is not who I was at 25 is not who I was at 30. Absolutely not. Like just mentality wise, it's just I wasn't the same person. I grew up a lot during those years. And I think those years are important if it's for love.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a few key changes between. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, and then I had this question. Would you rather find out that you were a mistake, like you were a whoops baby, or that you were the result of a manic episode?
I would rather find out that I was the result of a manic episode because then that means that my mama would finally be admitting that it is something the fuck wrong.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, because she refuses to go to therapy. her coming out and say, yeah, baby, I was manic. Oh, Caught. Thwarted. Your plan's been thwarted. I knew it. Easy. Easy.
Oh,
I didn't have to think about it. I already know I was an accident. Them niggas was not trying to have me. But my mom was in high school when she had me. I know that shit was an accident. Hell, I'd be more surprised to find out it was on purpose. You dumb niggas did what in high school? But a manic episode, yeah, that would make so much make sense. Yeah, easy question. Probably one of the easiest questions you ever asked. I know for shit sure the answer to that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would actually make a lot of stuff make sense for me. It would add up.
I was not expecting that. I was not at all expecting that.
I think we are good.
Yeah, we've
been talking to y'all for a minute.
We've been giving y'all excellent material. So thank y'all for being here. Hopefully you are leaving comments with timestamps. You are liking, you are sharing, you're subscribing. We greatly appreciate y'all.
I don't remember my name from the beginning.
I hadn't even gotten to that part yet.
Well, I started thinking about it because I know you was finna add. We was finna
was.
There. Was it LaToya?
I do not remember.
Me neither.
It was so long ago.
Right?
We've been talking a while. All right, y'all. This has been the Hey Go Worker podcast. I am RJ, the friendly neighborhood Dom, and this is
maybe LaToya. Maybe. Or Big Rocks. Or Crystal. Bridget. I could be any goddamn body today, to be honest. I don't know. I know she ain't Lil though. She the big one, whoever the fuck she is.
No, we'll see y'all back here next week.
Bye.
Peace. Oh.